I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace. And we're the Disruptors.
I would say good morning, Candace, but we all know that that's just a fleeting moment.
Well, that's because you came in your wheelchair, Bill.
No, I came back with my walker.
It was motorized.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Then I can have a bigger parking space out in front by the front door.
No,
instead
no
of
bigger.
Over there by the pasture, way out.
No, we want you to run the back 80.
Okay, that's fine. Today we got a very interesting gentleman with us.
I love Mike.
You love everybody that comes on this show.
Well, that's because I don't.
Everybody.
We would never have somebody I
hated.
hated.
Don't love.
We would never have somebody that I hate.
Oh, good. Did you hate or ate?
Hate.
Hate.
I don't eat people.
Let's just make sure that we keep this all calm. Calm today. Mike's with us. Mike Snellgrove's with us today. Gee, I've known you, Mike, for a good 4 years now. Come think about it.
Yep.
Back in the 723 days.
Yep.
Mike used to kill bugs, so Candace get nervous because
actually I met Mike whenever he was killing bugs, and I used to love his 30-second commercial. I looked forward to that every single week. Yeah, I'm a woman of adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Rats, ferrets, insects know our names. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, rats, ferrets, and insects know our names.
And the next thing I know, he's out sucking the rats up. He's in a vacuum cleaner shop working with vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
Is there anything you haven't done, Mike?
No, it's funny. It was about 8 years ago that I became involved with the community around the Parkland, Pierce County area.
Yeah.
And I got a real passion for wanting to help the troops and also help small businesses.
Well, now, didn't you serve our country?
I did.
Before we go any further, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
We love our vets, big time.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah. But I had this, and I don't know where the passion came from, but I wanted to be very involved with small businesses because, as you guys heard me say last week, is that I'm a true believer that the small businessman and woman are the engine that makes this country's economy grow and go. And unfortunately, the small business person is being squashed a lot.
Boy, they are, aren't they?
And I've very much have this passion that I want to see small businesses succeed. And so that's why I've sort of been involved with all these different companies, that have come along that, hey, Mike, we could use your help. And I'll jump ship from where I was and go on to the next thing. And that's part of the reason why, I've had my fingers in a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, that is for sure. Well, tell us, Mike, where are you, excuse me, Candace is staring at me, see, and I get nervous. Who are you with now?
Well, right now, I'm with King Vinyl Fencing. It's a small mom-and-pop vinyl fencing company. They opened a shop down on East Main in Puyallup about 1.5 years ago. And they've had a sales manager there, and she has moved on to other pastures, greener pastures, I guess. But the company is actually out of Rothdrum, Idaho, which is over by Coeur d'Alene. I hope I said that. Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. And but it's a mom and pop operation, and the situation came up, and I was sitting and talking with Craig Sorensen down there with Impressive Signs and Designs, and he says, "Hey, you ever thought about?" And I said, "I don't know anything about vinyl fencing," but then I thought back and I said, I didn't know anything about anything, before, you can always learn. And hopefully I wasn't done learning at my age. And so Rick, the owner of the company, Rick Arts, he and I sat down and we prayed about it. And he brought me aboard. And I'm sort of a contractor to him.
I see.
Even though I'm his sales manager. But it works out well for him being a small business. And for me, it, of course, is another steady income. And just since, I guess it's been about the 15th of July, Lord just keeps bringing me business for him, and I keep going out, and we're doing very, very successfully.
Wonderful. And this is great always to hear a story about small business obtaining what they want to, reaching their goals. That's great. And on top of that, what makes it nice for you is being he can sell you the fence and you fall on the fence, maybe have an accident with the fence. He can drive you, because he's an Uber driver, to the hospital and make sure your insurance is correct because you're with Colonial Life, I understand.
That is correct.
So
I do all three.
You've got the umbrella right over everybody.
Well, that's because Mike's a true servant. He just wants to serve the community. And that's one of the reasons why we asked him on the show, because he has a wealth of wisdom within him. So tell us something that you've learned in your life.
Well, as we talked earlier, and I didn't realize that it would ever come home to roost, so to speak. But I have a saying that life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. And
wonderful.
That's awesome, though. But
Well, you were talking
right?
about, I don't know whether that's wisdom or not, but
That's wisdom.
it's an
That's
observation, especially when you get to my age. And but from my ears up, thinks I'm still young. From my ears down is totally disagreeing, and that's okay. But I have learned, as we had discussed, Candace, is that my dad told me when I came back from Vietnam that he said, should you ever get out of the Corps and you get out in the business world, he said, if you get into sales, you may not have the cheapest product or the least expensive product out there, but if you out customer service your competition, you will always win. And for some reason, that stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And it's not only been in the business world, but it's been with my life. If I get to know people, a true interest in them, find out about them, have a relationship with them, then I always come out. I'm not big on karma, but I think there's something to it.
Something to it.
You reap what you sow.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. And so consequently, I think that truly caring about not only your customers, but your friends and your relationships has made all the difference in the world to me. It really has. And so, which has been hard for me because my mouth goes 90 miles an hour. As I told Bill, I said, I could talk to a dead tree. But
I moved up to a rock.
Yeah. But is that if I shut this more often, my mouth, and open my ears and listen to people and truly listen and care about them, then you're building that relationship. And so I guess that's my wisdom, if you would have it, so to speak.
Yeah,
well,
that's customer service. Didn't we discuss that one of the shows, customer service?
We did, and we're going to revisit that. We'll probably have a whole month about talking about customer experience and how you can increase that value for the end user.
That would be very interesting, because we were talking about the fellow in yellow. Remember the old days? Mm-hmm. When you actually had people in the store that would come up and knew what they were doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we discussed that.
That's Ernst.
That was Ernst,
yes.
Yeah.
Now we've all dated ourselves.
Yeah, really.
Now we feel
Thanks,
comfortable.
Candace.
Thank you for joining my train,
Okay, well, that was wonderful, Candace. What got you in the insurance business?
Well, that one was sort of it was another friend, former military, that he'd been bugging me for a couple years to come to work with him. And he wasn't a broker, but he's going to build an organization. And at the time, I was looking and trying to figure out where I was supposed to be. So he says, why don't you get in the, with Colonial Life? They've got incredible benefits, and on top of that, you as a salesman do extremely well.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to study for the next 2-3 weeks. And if I pass the insurance exam, then I'll do this. Well, I'm historically, all the way back to childhood, a lousy test taker.
Oh, all the way back.
So I figured, I'm not going to be in insurance sales, but I'm good on this one. I went in and passed the dad burn test on the first try.
The first try out.
That's because you can still learn things.
Yeah, but I guess that's the case. Yes.
Very true. See, and that's from talking to trees and being able to communicate with trees in the forest. Of course, Candace is very busy. You notice her thumbs, how they work in her fingers. She's the only one I know of that can talk on the radio, push the buttons on the phone, and still hold a conversation. Right?
Well, of course. I'm a true multitasker. That's because, didn't you hear the thing? Men can only travel down a 1-lane road where women can do at least 7.
At once?
That's why we are, yes,
in the
of
same
course.
direction?
That's because we're exceptional.
I've ridden with you.
So-
I know that.
Sort of like the boxes. We men take care of one box at a time. They bounce from box to box
To box. Yeah. Yeah. Mike and I agree on this 100%.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Chris is sitting over here not saying a word. He's staying out of the conversation, just looking at me saying, Bill, don't go there, don't go there.
He's in the studio today for my eye candy.
I see, for your eye candy. Well, what else besides insurance, besides King Fencing, my goodness.
So, Mike, if they want to get a hold of you for King Vinyl Fencing,
Yeah.
Right.
how would they do that?
Well, we have a Facebook page, and just type in King Vinyl Fencing, and you'll find us there. We are in the phone book. Our phone number is 253-888-0167, and that's I have 2 cell phones. I can't even work one, and I've now got 2.
2.
Yeah, and so, but
You're an overachiever, though.
well, I don't know about that. And you can find us, on the internet as well at King Vinyl Fencing as well. And so that's the primary ways. We're on East Main, and the address is 2615 East Main Avenue in Puyallup.
Downtown Puyallup.
Yep, on the east end of it there, as you're just before you get to the crossover 410, headed towards Sumner. On the left-hand side, they're right at the bottom of the hill is Shaw Road.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Know exactly where they're at.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Hey, while we got you on, I gotta ask this question because
just buckle up because you never know with Bill. I mean, he pulls stuff out of places unknown. Go ahead, speak. Human.
I was going to shut your mic off, but we only have one mic.
That's because I bought it.
I see. Give us just Uber drivers. You got to have at least one good story of an Uber trip that didn't go quite as well as you thought it would go.
Well, he's never had anybody throw up.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
I've been very careful. It's really funny. Up until last summer, at the beginning of the summer, and I wanted to make a little extra money, so I tried the Uber Eats. And then I have a friend of mine who's about 10 years my junior down in California, and he told me what he was making being an Uber driver. And holy crap!
I got to get it.
And so I signed up, and I think it was the 5th of June. And since the 5th of June, I have done, I think the latest counts 1,020 trips.
Holy smokes.
Something like that.
You're on the road all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, and again, you can tell I'm very introverted.
Yes,
and
very.
So I don't get along with people at all.
No.
But I tell people it's really easy for me because for about 35 years I was an outside traveling salesman for selling traffic signals in 6 states.
In 6 states.
And I covered Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Montana, and Wyoming.
Holy smokes.
Traffic lights.
Yeah, they don't grow on trees.
Well, no, but I just never thought. I guess I just thought it came in a catalog.
And see, the neat thing was I would deal with contractors. I would deal with city, county, and state agencies.
Wow.
Well, with traffic signals, you can't fly to different destinations to go talk to people because everybody used them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,